Following their victory, the Resistance begins to celebrate, but they are now focusing their full-on attack on Capital City, without the Phantom Ruby in the way. As they all prepare to go, here we would see, well, one of the Capital City levels. I believe this was the second one from Forces, but this level would mostly stay the same, as some parts I do like about it. I wouldn't say all of it would change. I think some parts would maybe it'll be a bit longer, I think, because it could use a massive bit of length. But anyway, the battle would continue on with all of the other characters fighting their own, destroying any badnik that comes in the way, as well as all of Eggman's fleet, which is still in the sky, his egg fleet. And Sonic begins to fight his way through to get to Eggman, and their goal is very simple: capture Eggman, they'll win the war. But things change a bit when they're going around, as there's more security and there seems to be more of those infinite heads around them. And all of Sonic's friends tell him to be careful. As he approaches Eggman, Eggman tells him that welcome to his funeral, and Tails comes along with Sonic. Infinite then appears and shows a portal. Sonic asks what is it, and Eggman explains that it's Null space. Null space, Sonic says, and Eggman explains it's something infinite cooked up along with the Phantom Ruby. It's full of nothing, and it's a void of never-ending nothingness. And Eggman would tell Sonic farewell, as Infinite launches out, creating a massive black hole that sucks in pretty much Sonic as well as Rookie. Sonic begs Rookie, saying that if he goes in, he'll be stuck in as well. But he does. Tails is confused. They destroyed the generator for the Phantom Ruby. But Eggman laughs at this, saying, "You always destroy the generators to my machines, so I learned my lesson. I had a backup one here." Sonic and the Rookie end up in Null space, and at first they're confused on what's going on. It looks like an alternate dimension where things are off. There's cubes everywhere and the energy is off the charts. Rookie then discovers a city, similar to Capital City. Then we see Infinite, who mocks the heroes as they go. Sonic says they're getting out of here, but Infinite tells them tells them good luck, because without that, they won't get far. But Sonic disagrees, because they have teamwork on their side, and here we would see Infinite mock Sonic throughout the levels in Null space. Yes, there would be more than one level, because I really liked the idea of Null space, and I feel like it could be played up with the concepts of it, a little bit like cyberspace in a way. And then, of course, we would have another level where Sonic returns back with the Rookie, and they would continue to fight for the Resistance and take down Eggman's empire, with a full-on battle of Capital City taking place. After that, we would cut to this cutscene. Eggman is ultimately shocked that Sonic is still alive, along with the Rookie. Infinite even is shocked as well, as he saw them escape. However, Eggman is even more angered, saying that this isn't over and that he will succeed, and that everything will be under his control forever, before he flies off into, well, his egg fleet. Tails then contacts the Resistance, saying that Eggman's left Capital City. They've essentially drove him out. The city has been reclaimed, which ultimately everyone celebrates the idea of it. And the battle's cheered on. Back to base, Eggman is not pleased with Infinite. In fact, he's angered. He said that Infinite proposed the idea to him that it should have worked. Infinite didn't know that the Ruby could, or in other words, he didn't know that Sonic could be that powerful. Eggman dismisses it and tells him to get out, consider it, and calls him useless. Infinite then is seen looking over at the skies, thinking of what that word Eggman called him, useless. Just then, Zavok shows up, and he begins to talk. He mentions how it is being Eggman's lackey, and how it will affect him, and that Eggman will not, in other words, keep him around long enough. He'll just discard him whenever he wants. And he actually addresses, stating that Eggman used him once and then threw him away and basically humiliated him and enslaved him, and he nearly destroyed Eggman. And Infinite admits that he wants power, and that he calls Zavok delusional, and that Eggman would never do such a thing. But Zavok says that he may be a young warrior, but he still has a lot to learn, and that Zavok's been around for 145 years and has seen a lot of things from the Lost Hex. And his arrogance is just one of the things that he's also seen. Infinite brushes this off and tells him to report back, because he technically outranks Zavok. However, Zavok tells him that to think about that. All the power in the world, to have it all. That ruby contains all the power, and you're letting someone boss you around? You should have that power just for yourself, and not share it with anyone else. Before jumping off. Infinite then meditates and enters into a kind of subconscious world. He begins to dream around and create anything to his desire, and realizes the power that the ruby possesses, almost on a deadly level, and considers the idea of perhaps going off on his own, using the ruby for himself. In other words, being that so-called powerful villain that he kind of wanted, that he didn't really want and was kind of forced into it. But he then gets a call back from Eggman, and he decides to destroy some of the parts of the Resistance. He'll decide on what to do later. Back with Eggman, he's debating on what to do with the Resistance. Since they keep getting stronger, he's decided to initiate Protocol Egg Down, which is essentially locking down some of his most powerful bases, which may contain intel. He then considers, of course, moving to Eggman Land 2.0 as a safety precaution. He then activates the shields, which activate from the 7 Gaia temples all the 7 Chaos Emeralds and fire them at, the land, which activates a shield. As the Egg Fleet would surround most of the area and would start bombing some Resistance bases and cities, hoping to strike back. And even some parts of Green Hills as well. Sonic and the Avatar would notice this, and would be, of course, there would be levels dedicated to this, as they would fight their way through all the carnage. They would destroy some of the Death Egg Sentinels that are in Green Hills. As they emerge from the battle, all in, awesomeness, they then mention, Sonic mentions that Eggman is toast when they find him, and that the battle is just getting started. Nothing can stop them.